Good morning. It is 9 a.m. on a Saturday, January 13th, 2024. I've not made a video in many months. A lot's been happening in my life. I've been off work since August 20th. I won't get into all the details in this video. The reason I was wanting to make a video today was because of an experience I had yesterday. It's difficult to talk about things like this on camera because I'm actually speaking about someone else. And so I've decided the best way to do that would be no names. No names. I did not expect this. It's like I can, the camera comes on and I just, I'm gonna get a drink of water. I'll be right back. Thank you for waiting. The subject I wanted to talk about today is PTSD. I had what I think was a flashback or episode, and I've had them before, and they're never fun. They're never, I would describe it as like a panic attack, but it comes on so suddenly, and it comes on like it takes over. Like I had zero control of what was happening in my, excuse me. And it happened on a date. I became single in 2021. Took 6 years, oh my God. Took 6 months to myself to like, don't go on any dates, don't look for, just be by yourself and process this, because I had gotten out of a relationship that was about 7 years. So rather than do what I usually do in a breakup, which is run back to an ex. That's my pattern. I run back to my exes. I run back to what's familiar, and I learned in RTT that that's actually just a rule of the mind. The mind will always run back to what's familiar. So anyway, I was determined to make different and better decisions when it came to dating. But ended up doing, I sound like I'm doing this as it's like doing time, but I say that it's like going to college, you know. I got a year and a half of online dating under my belt. I did online dating for a year and a half, and I learned some things about it and about myself. The appeal to me with online dating is that there's no touching involved. They can't touch you through the screen, which I prefer because certain types of touching can throw me into my date said it was like Satan came out. He said, "You scared the hell out of me." And this is a man that, you know, said after the things he saw in Iraq, nothing could scare him, but he was terrified of my reaction. And, but in that moment, I was absolutely terrified of him and thought he was going to harm me, like kill me even. Like that was the level of reaction. And that was from after 2 hours of me feeling no sense of danger from him whatsoever. In fact, if anything, I felt completely in control because while pretty much every gentleman says, "I promise to be a gentleman," it's a different story when the door's closed and there's no one around, you know. But he really was a gentleman, and I felt like, oh, this guy is, you know, not gonna trigger me. And it happened anyway. And, you know, it's embarrassing. When it happens, it's like you don't know what to do because you really feel, I kept thinking of my mother because I know that I've seen her in the state that I was in yesterday. And luckily, my date had PTSD as well, having been in a war, you know. I expected him to be angry with me and say, you have no right to feel like that. You know, I do, you don't. But he said, I get it. He said, I get it. And I said, do you think what happened to me was a flashback? He said, or that I have like a PTSD symptom? And he said, oh no, absolutely. Absolutely. He said, someone did that to you before and you didn't like it. And he said, I get it. He said, I get it. But I still felt like I couldn't give a good enough explanation because he couldn't understand. And he was just like, what did I do? I swear I didn't. I was like, so then it's that awkward, you know, we both had that what the fuck moment. Like, he was as scared of me as I was of him because of my reaction. So I don't know if anyone watching this has experienced this before. I'm grateful that I don't have to go anywhere today. I'm grateful that I can just stay home. There's a wind advisory right now, and the winds are like 40. They said I don't know if it was 20 to 35 or 35 to 45 miles per hour, but it's windy and cold out there, and I don't have to leave, so I probably won't. I'll probably stay home. I'm also really worn out. I cried a lot after that episode, and my body is pretty sore too from my physical reaction. He said, "I swear I thought you were going to take my head off." He actually hurried up. It was like thinking he was going to have to protect himself. Luckily, we were able to laugh about it. He did end up staying another 2 hours, and but it was a reminder, like, this is why I stopped. This is why I stopped doing online dating. Because, 8 months had passed. I felt like, usually like when I get a bad feeling, it's early on enough that it doesn't get to the state where I feel that vulnerable and that afraid. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and shut this off and give it a watch. I don't have my glasses on or my contacts in, so I can't really see. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off here and give this a watch. I'll talk to you later.